and I'm still waiting for him.
All right. So there's a few ladies that can't make it today. For different reasons, health reasons. Someone's husband is going to the doctor and someone else has a doctor's appointment but that's okay.
I made
understand
it
that.
miraculously. I just walked in the door 3 minutes ago.
Ah,
So I'm gonna look for your email.
okay, so if you get yourselves together and then we'll be
So if
okay
you want to get that,
and we'll be fine. Okay, we're good. All right, if we can't do the reading thing, then, the others are standard stuff in the prayer book, and I can give you pages for that. Because I wanted to go over again, the Birkot HaShachar morning blessings. And I wanted to
those-
start working on Ashrei again, because it's your favorite.
yes, it is. We never got through it.
Well, we can. It's not a problem. Let's see, is there anybody else joining us today? We're gonna have a small little chat group. So anyway, that's the way it is. I want to get this bigger view. Aha, here we go. Bigger view. Gallery. Doesn't show the gallery. Is there just 3 people on?
That's all I show.
Okay, good, because I looked at the gallery view and it shows. All right, well, anyway. Dorothy, did you get that? Did I send?
No, I'm looking, and I'll look in my other email, but I.
Yeah, because I sent it this morning. I resent the original one. Because Francine said she didn't have it, but could I have the pages? And I gave her the page.
I have something from this morning. Class will review Birkat HaShachar.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't include it. You usually send
I did. The document should be on there.
oh, let me look. Okay.
They were when I tried to make sure that was the thing that I had on the previous one. I must have left the documents out.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it on either one.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, but I have the prayer book.
Okay, anyway, I sent you last week and you should have printed out the beer.
Oh, from last week, it's somewhere in somewhere in my house.
Yeah.
Page. So
I'm
you
looking for
had that
last
from
week's
last
too.
week.
All right, let me just look inside.
Right, and I know there was someone who said, I think it was Denise, who said, oh, please go over that, she was hoping that I would. Oh, Nancy is there. Nancy, are you on? Connect to audio?
It's connecting, yeah.
Okay, good. All right,
Yeah, I have it.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
all right.
All
So
right, I
that's
got
the
it.
big page. And they do that early in the service, the morning blessings. And we'll go over that now. Nancy's here. Okay, so. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, hello.
So you have the, I sent out this morning because some people said they didn't get the attachment. So I sent it out again and I tried to make sure that the attachments were there. Did you get it?
Yes, yeah.
We had 3 attachments.
Right.
It's Francine, good. One of them was a reading one about the Ach rule, because I've been
Right.
trying to do that, to find, the weird stuff with the vow. Hi, Francine, did you get my email this morning?
I did. Thank you very much.
Good. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, very good. So it looks like we're gonna have a smaller group today, but that's fine. It's like a little tutorial. So Shachar, Elizabeth,
Oh, boy,
delivering a baby. She looks like she's serious.
she does.
On
Oops.
Tuesday on Simchat Torah, we were dancing with the Torahs outside my synagogue and I fell on my hip.
Oh, no.
So now I'm using a big stick to walk, but nothing is broken. Yay, nothing is broken. I'm
Oh,
so
good.
I wrote to my friends, we have a little Torah group. And I was supposed to next week to host. It's 10 of us. And we discuss the parsha of the week. So I wrote to them, I don't think I can host in the house, taking dishes and back and forth. So I said to them, listen, if you really like a friend, please don't wish them a happy fall. So my friend wrote back to me, I'm wishing you a healing autumn.
Very good.
Very cute.
Yeah, I was. Okay. So anyway, the shachar means the dawn. Shacharit prayers are the morning prayers. Okay. So Birkot is from bracha, the blessings of Birkot, bracha, brachot, the blessings of the morning, dawn blessings, morning blessings. And it says we rise. And when you're in synagogue, you stand and the cantor will say this. And at the end of each one, your job is just to say Amen.
Mhm.
But you should know what it says and how to say it. So they're all preceded by Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. So if you take a look visually, you can actually see on here, you can see that whole block of Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. You can see those 6 words and everything.
Right.
Okay. And the first one is the funniest one because it talks about a rooster. It says, blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, Asher Natan, who gave La Sechvi to the rooster. Kikiriki. That's the way they say it in Spanish. Vina is knowledge, who gave knowledge. So you know about Spanish roosters, Elizabeth? You know about kikiriki, and you know about how, the dog. I go, what is this how? What? Why is the dog asking that? So in my other life, I taught Spanish and French and Hebrew, and I teach Latina women English.
Oh,
I have a checkered career. Okay, so who gave to the rooster, sechvi, la to the sechvi, vina, knowledge, lahavchin, to differentiate, bain, between,
oh.
yom, day, u, and vain, and night. So the rooster gets up in the morning and cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay,
Oh, it does, yep.
so there it is, the rooster. Okay, so let's say it, and we don't have to say the Baruch Atah, we don't have to say, we'll say it for the first one, and then we'll just do the parts of the other. Okay, so let's do it together. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lasechvi Bina Lahavin Bain Yom Uvain
Lila.
Lila. Okay, so that's the first one. Now the second one says, She'asani B'Tselmo, who made me in his image, a tselem. So in the days when Abraham was a young man, they had idols, and a tselem is an idol. So Bit Salmo means in his image, their images. Okay, and then the story goes that Abraham broke his father's idols. His father had an idol shop, and he says, "How can you believe that something out of stone or wood is a god? And how can you feed it?" Okay, so this second one we'll take it from yes.
What do the asterisks mean? On the side, this one,
Okay,
there's 3.
all right. So originally, a couple of these blessings were male oriented, and when I get to them, I'll tell you. And
Okay.
they changed the wording
Oh,
to
okay,
be
right,
inclusive.
right. You told us
Okay.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So the second one after Ha'olam says, She'asani
Shasani.
Asani.
Salmo.
Salmo.
There's an asterisk, who made me in his image, because I think originally it said Sha'asani Ish, who made me a man, or Gaver. Gever is a man, Sha'asani. And then, no, you can't do that. You know, women, we feminists were up in arms. And so they thought, well, what can we, who made me in his image? Well,
Okay.
that's still a problem because a lot of people refer to God, and all the prayers refer to God in the masculine. Okay, so, I mean, it doesn't really answer the problem. Who made me in his image? Okay, well, anyway, that's what it says. They thought they were making it better. Okay, and then the third one says, sha'asani. So the verb ayin sin nun, it means make, like osei shalom bimromav. So osei means make peace around us. Osei shalom bimromav. Say shalom aleinu. He will make peace for us, upon us. He will grant peace upon us. So the third one says,
I'm totally lost.
sorry?
I'm lost about where you're at right now.
Okay, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Okay, after the Baruch Atah Adonai. So the one above it, the second blessing was who made me in his image. And this one says, She'asani. Now, here's where you choose. You have a choice. Who made me? Ben means a son, and Bat means a daughter. Korin of freedom, who made me a free person. She'asani. So we women would say She'asani Bat Korin. Okay, so these were the ticklish ones, okay? And then the next one says, Baruch Atah Adonai, and so forth. She'asani Yisrael, and again, they changed that one, who made me Yisrael, who made me an Israelite. They didn't say Yehudi, they didn't make it masculine, a male Jew, they just made Israel, the tribe of Israel. She'asani Yisrael, you see that, the word Yisrael? Okay, good. Then the next one goes, Pokeach Ivrim. And I always thought that that was interesting. It's who gives sight, Pokeach, to the blind. And I think I asked a question last week, how can you give sight to the blind? So how can you give sight to the blind? What does that mean? Who gives sight? Thank you, God, who gives sight to the blind. Ivrim, and Iver is actually means blind, physically blind. Who gives sight to the blind. But symbolically, how can we interpret that? Who
Help
would,
someone.
who would be blind? Who could be blind?
Someone who doesn't have insight.
There you go. Right, somebody who doesn't have the mental capacity, maybe, to understand everything in the Torah, to understand literature. So there's like a blind spot there. Okay, or maybe some people with some sort of a mental problem, you know, somebody who is physically handicapped mentally.
And
Okay,
we're all probably blind in some areas.
right,
We don't
exactly.
even realize.
That's beautifully said. We are all in some area. Pokeach Ivrim, so give sight to the blind. So who helps us to see things? Like my reaction was when the doctor told me, you know, when I went to the orthopedist because I fell and it was hurting a lot. So I went yesterday and he said, you're not going to need surgery. You don't have any fractures in your hip. You're fine. It'll just take time and you'll heal. So then my first reaction was my angels protected me. Now, people could say that I'm crazy. I know there's a lot of Jewish angels. In fact, I even have a pin that has names of angels on it. I honestly feel, and I'm not crazy, that there are angels that walk in front of me that protect me. I feel that it's a two-way thing. I feel that if I fulfill mitzvot, those angels will be there. So that's my incentive. That's my deal. And I have to always remember that I have to go do good deeds and be kind to people because those angels will disappear. And they saved me. I honestly feel that. I mean, I'm not cuckoo and I'm not a lunatic. And I honestly feel that they saved me from getting broken bones because at my age, I'm 78. At my age, I could easily have wound up in the hospital on the operating table, and I didn't. So, okay, so we have sight to the blind. Okay, and the next one refers to a very nice mitzvah. Now, most of your, probably all of your synagogues, and you personally do acts of social justice and mitzvot, social action committees. So it says, Malbish Arumim, clothes the naked. I mean, in my synagogue, we've had many clothing drives. and give it to churches or whatever to give out clothing for people who are homeless. So we've done that. In fact, I've spearheaded some of those things. We did winter clothes, and I said, I wrote a flyer and it was like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And I did something about that, about donating gloves and hats and socks. And we gave it to the local church. Okay, so the next one says, Matir Asurim releases the bound. We are thanking God. And again, there are people, there are Hasidim who celebrate the day on which the Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel, Menachem Mendel Schneerson, was freed. They're very conscious of that he was imprisoned, and they celebrate the day that he actually got out of prison. So Matir Asurim frees the imprisoned. So those words are Matir, say Matir,
Matir
Asurim.
Asurim.
See that? Right above that was Malbish Aramim. Okay, so the next one says Zokef. That's a final fey. If you don't like final letters, that is a final fey. Zokef Kifufim, and in English is raises the downtrodden. Zokef Kifufim. Again, that would be in the realm of social action, right? Donating food to a food pantry, donating to victims of a hurricane or a flood. And I'm sure you guys have done that. We've done that. So that raises the downtrodden. These are all mitzvot. Okay, the next one says Roka haaretz. Do you recognize the word aretz?
Yep.
What does that mean?
Land.
Land. Roka haaretz al hamayim. So I'm not sure what Roka, but here it says creates the heavens and the earth. But what it says is Roka haaretz. I think it divides the land from the water, because in the days of creation, it was just all water, and then there was the light, let there be light by Hior, and the water, and then there was the separation of the water from the land, and so there was dry land, Yabasha, and there was the development of land masses, which we call continents. So this was going through, if you go through, now we're back in Bereshit, you'll go through the 6 days of creation and Shabbat, the seventh day that God rested. And so it goes through stage by stage creation. So that would be the separation, Roka haaretz al hamayim. So we're separating the water from the land. Okay, so say after me, Roka
Roka
haaretz
haaretz
al hamayim.
Al Hamayim.
You all know
hamayim.
Mayim, hey Mayim, B'sasa, you all know Mayim is water. Okay. So the next one says, Hamechin mitzadei gaver, and that who provides for my needs. Hamechin, mechin means prepares.
I think
Mitzadei.
you skipped one.
Did I? No, I did.
No,
I did. Roka.
Yeah, and the
Ha'ar.
next one isn't, well, in the book I'm looking at,
We did. Creates a heaven.
providing for all my needs.
Okay, haaretz
So
al
Haaretz al Hamayim is separates, and the next one is Mechin mitzadei gaver, prepares for all my needs. Mechin means prepares. Mitzadei, needs for a person, for gever, a human. Okay, so mitzadei gaver, say Mechin, Hamechin,
Hamechin
mitzadei,
Mitzadei
gaver.
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 Or gever is a man, so I think this is probably refers to a human.
there.
Okay, again, we have the word she'asa, who made, she'asa li called tzarki. And I don't know why here, my book has,
I'm looking at Sim Shalom.
yeah, I'm looking at Sim Shalom too. And that, this is, did we miss one? Malbish,
Somebody's sounding it out.
Kokeach Ivrim.
Oh, that's okay, Nancy.
Melcha ben Chorin.
That's the line I said we were missing.
Which one? we have-
She'asa.
Yeah, that's the next one. Sha'asali called Sarki, who provides for all my needs. Sha'asa, who made li, for me, call all Sarki. The verb tsarich means need. If you're in Israel and you want to go to the bathroom, I need tzricha lalechet labeit shemesh. I need tzricha. I need. Okay, so the tzadi resh chav means need. So who made for me all my needs? Sarki. That's pretty nice. Provides for me all my needs. Now the next one says who guides us on our path. Ozer Yisrael bigvura. Ozer
Ozer.
Yisrael
Israel.
bigvura.
Bigvura.
How are you guys doing with the Zion? You like the Zion, the letter Zion? Can you,
It's fine.
can you, why are you laughing, Nancy?
Not my favorite letter, no.
Okay, so I think you should make friends with the letter Zion. Okay, and then the last one, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Oter Yisrael b'tifara. Who's strength? Oh, maybe she didn't have them all on here. This was sent to me. Who strengthens the people Israel with courage. Oter Yisrael b'tifara. All right, I think there might be a few more. Let me see in the book. No, and then there's just one more. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, and I'm reading from Sim Shalom. Hanotein la ya'ef koach. Ya'ef, when you say, ani ayefa, modern Hebrew, I'm tired. Who gives, notain, like ilu natan natan lanu, if he had given, notain means given, the one who gives, la ya'ef, to the tired, koach, strength,
Strength.
koach, okay, who gives vigor, it says, to the weary, okay, so we say, ani ayefa, that means I'm tired. Now, the melody that is done for all of these, the cantor in my synagogue goes, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, and then he just finishes whatever it is, She'asani, Bitzalmo, da, and everyone does. And then he says it, and we say, Amen. So how do they do it in your synagogue, Francine?
The same way, except
the cantor does
truthfully,
it.
yeah, truthfully, I'm never there that early. So I don't
Neither
know.
am I. I'm with you, Francine.
Well, our services are from 9 to 12. Dorothy, do you get to services early?
Yes, I'm there at 9:30. Ours are from 9:30 to 12.
Do you hear the morning blessings? Da, 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 da,
You know, it's funny, I asked my husband, I said, can you sing this tune? Well, the way he croaked, I couldn't understand anything. I mean, it wasn't a tune there. I
But
just don't-
anyway, but
I'm going tomorrow and I'll pay strict attention to what's going
yes,
on here.
because it's early in the service. You can see in Sim Shalom, it's on page 10. It's
You know what?
really,
We don't do page 10.
oh, well,
I don't think we do page 10. It just doesn't sound.
I'm surprised. Morning blessings, that's a big chunk of stuff. Anyway, so the cantor says it, and all you have to say is Amen. But I want you to be able to follow the Hebrew. Your
Right.
Hebrew should be good enough that when they sing it, after they get through Ha'olam and they do the ending, I'd like you to be able to feel that you could follow it. Okay, and it's not that fast that you can't follow it. You should be able to do it. Okay.
During the weekday, the guy that leads services most of the time has this done in about a minute, the whole page.
Yeah, well, who does that? The cantor?
No, lay leaders during the
Lay,
week.
lay leaders. Okay. All right. Anyway, this class is supposed to teach you how to follow in the prayer book as well as to read. And those are two skills, because on the high holidays, the cantor goes so fast. He has so much to do. He's doing, like a third of a book. You can't, and he knows this from year after year, your cantors know it, and they just fly through it. You can't possibly keep up. In Avinu Malkeinu, they go so fast. I mean, I'm still on the third one, and he's finished like with the 10th one, and he's going Avinu Malkeinu. I go, wait a minute, just I didn't finish. And when they're doing that a couple of times during services, and then the Ashamnu and all of those prayers, the penitential prayers, they go very fast. So the best I can do is keep up. Even in we did Hallel on the other day in Simchat Torah.
Right.
I'm pretty much able to sing along with him everything in Hallel, but there's a line that goes Baruch atah Adonai berachnuchem, and he goes, you say it twice, and then he says another line twice. I couldn't keep up, so I practiced it. So I said, next time I go to services and they do Hallel, I'm going to be able to keep up with the chant. And I did. This year I could keep up with him. I used to trail behind, and he's on to something else. But I said, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to say it the second time, and I'm going to do the second line 2 times. Then I'll join in. Hallel is one of my favorite things. It's really beautiful. Okay. So we finished with that. Now, if you did not get this, we can do it next week. That's no problem. The reading rule about ach. Okay, but when you have a chet and there's a straight line across, you don't pronounce it cha. You say ach. When we get to Hanukkah, l'shabeach, there's a lot of achs in Hanukkah songs. So let's go on to your very favorite, everybody's favorite, Ashrei. Any class I've ever taught. And Charlene is my witness. They always ask for Ashrei. Now, I want you to write something down if you can. So for Ashrei, here's one little secret. The cha, there's a lot of words that end with the suffix, with the ending cha, final chaf and an vowel cha. Now, here's what I want you to know. If the cha is added to a verb, it means you. Okay, like we'll praise you. If the cha ending is added to a noun, it means your, like beitecha, beitcha, your house, yadcha, your hand. Okay, shimcha, your name. If you go to Israel, and I know Dorothy might know this, and if you want to know somebody's name, you say, Ma Shimcha. That's to a male. Of course, you know, his Hebrew has to be difficult. And so we have feminine endings. So if you're speaking to a woman, you have to say, Ma Shemech. But Ma Shimcha. Ma Shimcha Adoni. Sir, what's your name? Okay, Na'im Ma'od, Ma Shimcha, Shmi, my name is Tzipor, Shmi Tzipor, Ma Shimcha, what's your name? Okay, so again, if the cha is added to a verb, that you on the end, the cha, it means you. If the cha, the same letters, the final chaf and the a, is added to a noun, it means your. Okay, Yad cha, your hand, Beit cha, your house, Shimcha, your name. Okay. So I made a list of the key words and I tried to underline them, but I don't know if it came out in my printout. But anyway, so before you start with the first line, actually, there's like 2-line introductory and it goes Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Oja Hallelujah, Selah. Selah is added to a lot of prayers. It doesn't mean anything. I think it's just like an extra syllable to flesh out the melody. Ashrei, Asher, the tribe of Asher. It means happy, Ashrei. Yoshvei, Yoshev means to sit. Happy are those who dwell, who sit. Vetecha, in your house, because Vetecha means in your house, because house is a noun. Beitecha is your house. Od Hallelujah, still Yahalalucha, they will praise you. Like Hallel, all the Psalms in Hallel are praises of God. Yahalalucha, Hallel, they will praise you. And Selah means nothing. Then it says, Ashrei Ha'am, happy is the nation. It didn't come out so well. Shekachalo, Ashrei Ha'am, She'adonai Elohav. Happy is the nation that God is their Lord. She'adonai Elohav. That's from Elohim. Now, the next two lines say Tehillah. A Tehillah is a psalm. And when people say they're going to recite Tehillim for somebody who's sick, they're going to recite psalms. Very religious people will say, what's your Hebrew name? I'll recite Tehillim for you. When my daughter, who's Lubavitch, went to the mikveh in Brooklyn, the big mikveh, the main mikveh in Brooklyn, before she got married, it was the day before she got married. We went on a Saturday night. She got married on Sunday. She was supposed to be saying psalms. And even when she was in the bridal room, right before she got married, before the ceremony, a Hasidic bride recites psalms. That's supposed to be a good thing for your marriage, to recite psalms. And when you're sick, people recite psalms for you. They say, what's your Hebrew name? I'll recite Tehillim. That is in Yiddish. Tehillim. Tehillah is a psalm. Tehillim, psalms. Have you ever heard that word? Tehillim. Okay. So this says, Tehillah, a psalm, LeDavid, a psalm of two, accredited to David, Hamelech David. King David wrote the psalms. Okay, there's 100 songs, 100, I think 100 now, or 150, I don't remember. Tehillah LeDavid. So Ashrei is a psalm of David. Let's see if it says it in the book. Ashrei, let me see what page is Ashrei.
181.
Yeah, let's see if it says. 181. Okay. 181, I don't. This is
I'm
not-
in the Siddur Lev Shalom, though.
Oh. Okay, it's 420 in Sim Shalom. Let me check that out. 420. Okay, see, because I always put the two books. Yeah, Ashrei is on page 420. And it says, what happiness to be in your house, to sing your praise, to belong to people, what happiness to worship God. You can see that's a very loose translation. And then it says, Tehillah LeDavid. And does it say, that's Psalm 115. So no, Psalm 145.
45.
So there's 150 Psalms. Okay. So they're all Psalms written by King David. And there it is. And okay, but the translations are not always exact. Okay, so the first line that I have here, and so I numbered them. Can you see the numbers? It says
Yes.
Aromimcha. Okay, Arom means to exalt, to put on high. Like Romimu, like raise up. The Jews went across the sea in Passover. They went across the Sea of Reeds, Yam Hasuv. They got to the other side, and Miriam was dancing with a tambourine, and she was dancing with them. And they left Egypt with their hands, it says in the text in Exodus, with their hands held high, like they were victorious. Okay, like, somebody who's victorious puts their hands up high. Norm, the guys are out there with the grass. So they left victorious because they were victors. They left, they got out of slavery. So Aromimcha, I will exalt, I will put on high. Aromimcha, now it's a verb and it means you. I will exalt you, because exalt is a verb. I will exalt you. Elohai, my God. Elohai HaMelech, my God, the King. I don't know what I'm giving a rough translation that I'm doing. Va'avarcha, Shimcha. So now you have Shimcha. I will bless your name. Shem is a noun. It's name. So that's your. When cha is attached as a suffix to a noun, it means your. So it says, I will exalt my God, the King, I will bless your name, le'olam va'ed, forever and ever. Okay, let's say that first line. Okay, let's do it. Ready? Aromimcha Elohai Hamelech
Amelech,
va'avarcha
The Avar,
Avarha,
Shimcha.
Shimcha,
Shimcha,
This is an expression you should know, sight reading. Le'olam va'ed,
Leolam Ha'ed.
okay, forever and ever. That's some sight words. Make believe you're back in kindergarten and they have the sight words on the blinds around the room, on the shades. Okay, the teachers pull down the shades and there's all the vocabulary that the little kids should know. Okay, like his, her, you, me, it's, all the words that a kid in kindergarten has to learn as a sight word. So leolam va'ed, melech, Elohim. Those are words that are already Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. You know those words. You've seen them a million times. Okay. So the second line says, can anyone read the first line? Francine, can you read the first line?
the first line. Aromimcha Elohai Hamelech, Va'avarcha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed.
Beautiful. Eze Yopi. A plus. Second one. Bechol.
Bechol,
Now you see that funny looking kamatz, the funny looking one. It's not a mistake. It's written almost like in italics, the vowel under the chap. That's because it's one of those exception words. Bechol,
The whole.
Bechol Yom
avar,
Avar
echa.
Hecha.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. See the dot? You see the dot in the final chap? So that is an exception too. It's bechol yom avar heka.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Heard of jawbreakers? These are head busters. Bechol yom avar heka. Okay, so when that chaf is at the end with the a vowel, it's usually cha, like shimcha. But if you see a dot, it makes it it makes it in a k sound, like a k sound. Avar heka. Say avar heka.
Hecha.
And if you have a pen or pencil, you can put a little K sound right above that. Every day I will bless you, okay, because bless is a verb. I will bless you. When it's attached to a verb, it means you. I will bless you. See, Baruch, I want you to start getting familiar with seeing the three root letters. There's the bet, the resh, and the chaf. Right in the middle of the word. You see the bet, the resh, and the chaf. So that's Baruch. So anything that has those three letters is bless, like Baruch atah Adonai, blessed. And this is a verb. So Baruch is an adjective, blessed. But this is from levarech. This is from the verb to bless. I will bless you. All of that. I will bless you. Look how compact Hebrew is. In one word, they've got 4 words. Avar heka, I will bless you. Va'ahalala, and you have the halel is in the middle. I will praise Shimcha, your name, leolam va'ed, forever and ever. Okay, so I want someone to read. Nancy, you're up. Can you read the second line?
I'll try.
I know you don't like it.
Bechol yom avar heka
Good.
halal shimcha
Va'ahalala.
oh ba'ahalala
Yes.
shimcha leolam va'ed.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, now, does anyone recognize Gadol?
Gadol is
Yeah.
big.
Gadol is big. Okay, so we're going to see Gadol, big, turn into that adjective, turn into an active word, into a verb, into a poem. It's going to turn into a verb. How would you take the word big and make it as a verb? How could you make an action word out of the word big? Okay. Well, let's see. Gadol Adonai. God is big, great. Umehulal me'od, and praised. You see halal and praised a lot. V'ligdulato ein cheker. In this case, it's another adjective, and you see gadol right in the middle. You see gimel, adal, and a lamed. So you know it's got something to do with great. So ugedulato means and your greatness, your bigness. Veligdulato and his, there's no comparison to his greatness. Gadol Adonai Uhuel Me'od. Veligdulato ein heker. Now, I'm going to tell you two interesting things about Ashrei. Maybe you know it already. Ashrei is written in the form of an acrostic. An acrostic in Hebrew is a form of poetry in which every line begins with a letter, with a letter of the alphabet in order, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dal. Sometimes it spells out the name of the person who wrote it. Okay, in this case, it's just the alphabet. So you can see Aromimcha Aleph Bechol is a Bet Gadol. So here's the secret. When you're in synagogue, if you come in the middle of Ashrei, you can always find your place. Because listen, after they have a pause after a line, listen to how the next line starts. And if it starts with a gimel, you look down and say, oh, I'm on the gimel line. If they start with a mem, oh, I can catch up to them with the mem line. Okay, that's one trick. The next thing is, it's written that each line is broken by, here they have a comma. And that is because in terms of the meaning, the line is broken into two like strophes, two parts. The first half of the line is repeated in the second half of the line in meaning. So look, it says, Aromimcha Elochai HaMelech. I will exalt my God, the King. All right, very first line. Va'avarcha Shimcha, and I will bless his name forever and ever. Ashrei is one themed. The whole theme, all these words is all about praising God. They do it in many different words. God is great. God is exalted. God about his faithful ones, his kingship, his might. All of those words actually are the same thing. The whole Ashrei praises God. The first half of the line says one praise, the second one just echoes. So in some synagogues, they do it like this. They do it antiphonally. So that means the cantor would go, Aromim Elohai HaMelech, and he could stop, and the congregation could go, Va'avarcha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed. Do any of you have a congregation that does it that way? So sometimes cantor says the first half, and the congregation says the second half. Now, Ashrei also has different melodies. This one that I was just doing, da 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 da. You can almost hear in the melody where the break is. Ashrei Yoshvei V'Techa. Oh, Jahalalucha Sela, da 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 da. That's the first half. Dee 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 dee.
Shirley, you need some water?
Yeah, but for me to go and get it, I have to use my mountain stick.
Oh, shoot. Here.
Well, it's okay. Norm. Okay, is it not here? All right. Now the other melody that we've taught in Hebrew school is kind of a lilting. Ashrei Yoshvei V'Techa. Oh, some water. Wait, for me. Ashrei Yoshvei. Oh. Ashrei Yoshvei V'Techa. Oh, Hallelujah Sela. Da 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 dee 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 dee. Da, 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 da. You've heard that?
Mhm.
So it depends. The Shabbat melody, I think they do the first one. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
It's my lawn guys. All right, so now you know you can catch up to this by listening to how the line begins. And it all is a praise of God, the whole entire thing. Okay, now some of the longest words are the ones that have the cha ending because it's got an attachment. It's like it's got a kite thing on it. Okay, so when you add something, and Hebrew words are like that, they have the word with the root in it, and then they put the cha on the end just to make things more difficult. So you have a word with many syllables, and when you look at it, you say, I'm not going to even try that word. I'm not going there, right? But you can do it. So the third one says, Gadol, Adonai, Hulal, Me'od, V'li Gdulato Ein Heker. Great is God and much to be praised, and there's no comparison to his greatness or his might. Okay. So there you have it. And it's all with Gadol. You see Gadol in the Gedulat, his greatness, and you see Gadol is great. Who would like to do line 3? Elizabeth? Are they gonna look at you funny at work?
But
Gadol.
one after Gadol, you mean,
No.
when you say,
Gadol, Adonai. Don't ever pronounce Yud Hey Vav Hey any other way. Yud Hey Vav Hey, always say Adonai.
okay, you have to skip me because Trauma Hawk is landing.
Oh, dear.
What's happening?
A trauma, something is landing.
Uh-oh,
A
that's
hawk,
not
I
good.
think.
She may have to run. Dorothy, how about you? Line 3 with Gadol.
Sure. Gadol Adonai, Hulal Me'od, V'ligdulato,
She did it.
Ein Heker.
Very good. She got through all the vowels and she got through the big word. Okay, so what does the phrase door lador mean?
From generation to
Generation to
generation.
Or the door vador, they did so many melodies. All right, so door vador, door lador, generation to generation. Yeshabach will praise ma'asecha. Every generation will praise Yeshabach. Shabach means praise. Ma'asecha. So there's that osei again. And that means your deeds. Every generation. Dor ledor Yeshabach ma'asecha. Ugevuro techa yagidu. Now, to make the singing easier, there's a meteg. The meteg is a straight line. It's a stress line. Look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th word. Ugevuro techa. There's a big, so in Hebrew we have big words because we have add-ons, we have suffixes and prefixes. So we have ugevuro. You see that line by the te?
Yeah.
That up and down line? You
Mhm.
see that vertical line? That gives a stress because it's a big word. Where should we stress it? Well, they're showing you. Ugevuro techa. And the next word, yagidu. So it sounds good. Dor ledor yeshabach ma'asecha ugevuro techa yagidu. Okay, so let's do it. After me, these guys want to clean this, my porch, every leaf. Dor ledor
Door lador.
Door,
yeshabach
Yeshabah,
Yeshabah.
ma'asecha
Ma'asecha.
ugevuro techa
Ugevuro
Techa.
yagidu.
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 Okay, gadid, good. that's say. So this one, Gevurotecha, Gevura, they, in Hebrew, they call Shimshon, Samson, Hagibor. A Gibor is a person who is a hero, a mighty person. So that's the root here. Gevurotecha means your might. You can translate it as your mighty deeds. Gevurot, and your greatness and your mighty deeds, because it comes from the idea mighty, like Mighty Mouse, Mighty Mouse. Hadar kivod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha, and the deeds, and divrei, think deeds of greatness, the deeds of your greatness, asicha. Okay, oh no, I'm sorry. To Alador Yishabach Masecha Ugevurotecha Yagidu, and they will speak about your mighty deeds. So the first says Zor Lador Yishabach, every generation will praise your deeds, and then it says Ugevurotecha, and your might, your greatness, Yagidu, they will talk about your might. So they have the same meaning. The first half and the second half of the line have the same meaning. So you're not missing anything in terms of translation. Okay, somebody want to try line? Charlene, do you want to try it?
Yeah,
Or door la door?
door la door, Yishba,
Yeshabach.
Yishabach, Ma'asecha.
Great.
Excuse me?
That's great. That's you're doing great.
Oh, okay. I thought I did something wrong.
No, it sounds good.
Ugiv, rotecha,
Ugavu, the one with my stomach, that's u with the dot in the middle. Ugavu.
ugavu, rotecha,
Good.
yagidu.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, that's really good. Okay, the next one, line 5. Hadar kivod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha. Okay, so there's a song. There's a song for Purim about a dreidel. Anyway, it says nifla nifla me'od. Dorothy, have you ever heard the word nifla?
Yeah, but I don't know what it means.
Nifla means wonderful.
Oh, okay.
Nifla me'od, wonderful. Okay, so niflotecha means your wonders or your splendor or your awesomeness. Nifla, niflotecha, your wonders. Hadar kivod hodecha, the divrei niflotecha, and the deeds of your wonder, your awesomeness, asicha. So it's awesome, nifla. It's like our teenagers in America would say, oh, nifla, awesome, dude, awesome. Okay, nifla, it's awesome. Let's try that. Hadar,
Hadar,
kivod,
Kavod,
hodecha,
Hodecha,
v'divrei
V'divrei,
niflotecha.
Niflotecha.
Notice that the O vowel is over the aleph, which can only be sounded by putting a vowel. So it's nifle, it's really nifleotecha, but when they say it fast, niflotecha, niflotecha, asicha.
Asicha.
Adar kivod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha, asicha.
what does
Okay.
Hadar mean?
I think hadar means like beautiful.
Okay.
Kavod is your honor. Okay, so the next one, 6, and we can do another if you want. So there's your Zion. Get used to the Zion. So you have Ve'ezuz.
Use.
Ve'ezuz. You've got two Zions. Oh boy, oh boy.
Zeus, oy.
Two, yep, yep. All right, you got two Zions. It's Ve'ezuz. Now that is something that your eye has to be trained on. So the Vav is straight and the Zion is crooked. It's got a little bend in it.
Mhm.
Ve'ezuz. So see if you can, really concentrate on seeing the difference. Ve'ezuz. Norotecha, yomeru, ugedulatecha, asaprena. Okay, now the nun in asaprena, it does not change anything. That's just to give emphasis. Some words, they just put that for emphasis. Forget it. It's not a vowel. Don't worry about it. So lisaper is to tell. So asaprena means I will tell. Ugedulataha, and your greatness and about your greatness. I will talk about your greatness. And ve'ezuz norotecha yomeru. And people will talk about again, Nora means it's again like awesome. Nora me'od, nifla me'od, those are similar. So they will talk about your awesomeness and they will tell about your greatness. It means the same thing, first part and second part. So the content is repeated. Let's try this again. Ve'ezuz norotecha yomeru ugedulatecha asaprena. Okay, so that last word, the second word is a samach. We don't see that often. It's asa, and then the pay. The pay has the point. Remember the pay? If it doesn't have a point in it, it's a fey. Okay, asaprena. Okay, so this talks again about God's awesomeness. He's Norah, he's awesome, and he's Gadol, and he's great. Synonyms. Line 7. Okay. Zecher Rav Tuvcha Yabiu, V'tzid Katecha Yiranenu. Zecher reminds, memory, remember. Rav Tuvcha. So Rav, your goodness. Tov is good. Tuvcha is your goodness. Zecher, remember your goodness. Yabiu, people will remember your goodness. And what is a tzedakah, an act of tzedakah? Charity, righteousness. Actually, it means righteousness. So goodness and righteousness, right? And I think there's some blessings that say, may goodness and righteousness follow you all the days of your life. Okay, Zecher, I don't know if that's one of the Kaddishes. Zecher Rav Tuvcha Yabiu V'tzidkatecha Yiranenu. So tzidkatecha, you see the word tzedakah. That's the root. Tzedakah, your righteousness, your tzedakah. V'tzidkatecha. Tzedakah is a noun. Put the cha on the end. Your righteousness. Yiranenu. Again, they will sing about your righteousness. They will remember your greatness and sing about your righteousness. Zecher Rav Tuvcha Yabiu V'tzidkatecha Yiranenu. Okay. We just have about 2 minutes. Let's do another line. Can somebody do line 7?
Wait. Can we repeat that last line? That's got a lot in it.
Yeah.
Zecher Rav
Zecher Rav Tuvcha Yabiu V'tzidkatecha Yiranenu.
Okay.
You want to try to read it, Nancy? She stepped into that one.
No, you're not kidding. Zecher Rav Tuvcha
Tuvcha.
Tuvcha Yabihu
Yabi'u, the ayin is silent.
Oh, you're right. Yabi'u
Good.
Bitsad.
Okay, but seed, the
Bidseed. Yeah, you're right. So Bidseed Katecha
mhm.
Yarnenu.
Ranenu.
Yiranenu. Yeah, boy, that's
Good.
okay.
All right, you did it very nicely.
Yiranenu. Whew.
Very
Yiranenu.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it had a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Hanun 8. Hanun Virachum
Rachum,
Adonai
I don't know.
Erech
Erech,
Hayim
Apayim,
Empire.
Ugadol
Gadol,
Chased.
Chesed.
Okay, so Hanun is compassionate. God is compassionate. And then you have the word chesed. And the word Hasidim really means compassionate ones. The Hasidim. Chesed. The words chen v'chesed. So chesed is compassion. It's a really nice word. And Hanun is graciousness. So God is gracious and compassionate. So those are very similar words. So again, the message is the same in the first part and the second part. So words do change. Hanun, Virachum, Adonai, Erech, Apayim, Ugadol, Chased. And if you follow the stress marks, it's easier to sing. Let me see. Let me just see in my notes if I had anything I wanted to say about line 8. No. Okay, 7. But Tzidkatacha, your righteousness. Okay, good. Okay, so Tov. What does Tov mean?
Good.
Good.
Good. So Tov Adonai Lakol. Does anyone know what that line means? Tov Adonai Lakol. God is good
Good.
to
To all.
all.
Oh, right.
Tov
Good.
Adonai Lakol. God is good to all. Berachamav and his rachamim. You know Yiddish, friends. Rachmunis is compassion.
Compassion.
So here again, we're saying he's good and he's compassionate. Tov Adonai, God is good to everyone. V'rachamav, and his compassion, I'll call ma'asav, and his compassion is upon all creatures, all of his creations, all of his doings. Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav I'll call ma'asav. Again, you can see this whole poem, Ashrei, that King David wrote, is all in praise of God. It has no other content. That's it. That's the main idea. If I said, what's the main idea of this psalm? You would say it's a psalm in praise of God. Fini. That's what it is. And probably that's why it's said so much. That's probably why it's used so much, because it is a beautiful praise of God. Okay, so can somebody read line 9? That's pretty straightforward. Dorothy, can you read line 9?
Now, how many from the bottom is it? Which,
Oh, it's the number 9. Are you using a book?
yeah.
So if you start with Aromim
Oh,
5,
it's Tov Adonai Lachol.
yeah. Yes.
Okay. Tov Adonai Lachol V'racham Mav
Mhm.
Al Kol Ma'asacha
Yeah.
Ma'asah.
The Yud Vav ending, I was going to go over that again with the vowels. When you see a Yud and a Vav, you pronounce that Av. Rachamav, and a Yud Vav on the end, Ma'asav. Yud Vav is always pronounced Okay. I think we can do one more line, and then there's 21 lines. This is actually 22, 23, but we'll finish it next week because I know you really want to do this.
Okay.
No, I mean, look, if it's something as a challenge, you don't turn your back on it, right?
No, right.
Right.
I'm using this mountain stick to get around my house. You can learn how to read a line in Hebrew. I'm kvetching. When I came back from the synagogue, I was kvetching every step. It was a pain I had never
Oh,
Never encountered in my life. that
oh,
people on my
boy.
hip. It was unreal. So I'm
Mm.
getting better. Okay, so 10, the last one, and then I'll take you out of your misery. You asked for it.
Oh,
It says Yoducha, and there's, okay. Yoducha Adonai, kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yevarchucha. Yevarchucha. These are, I recently heard another person say Yitzchak, and I go, no, don't say that. Don't say that. No. I can't get these people to stop. Oh, yeah. We opened up the Torah to the end, and people line up in front of the desk. And so I have the 4th and 5th reading of the Zot HaBracha, the last part of the Torah. We're all the way to the end of the Torah. People line up, and we do it very, very fast. Okay. And I would really read it fast. So we asked this one person, what's your Hebrew name? And he goes, Yitzchak ben. I go,
hey.
no, stop. Okay, I had a note that I wrote. Okay, Chasidecha. So the Chasidim are the faithful ones, like my daughter and son-in-law, they are Hasidic. Chasidecha means your faithful ones. So it has Yoducha, it is known, God is known to, all of God's deeds are known to you, and Yevarchucha, and your faithful ones will praise you. Yodea means to know. Yoducha, Yoducha, God knows. Okay, God knows all of your works, and your faithful ones will praise you. Let's try that one. Yoducha
Yoducha
Adonai
Adonai
kol
Kol
ma'asecha
Ma'asecha
v'chasidecha yevarchucha.
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 So if you can say Yitzchak, you can say Yevarchucha. Because there is no alternative. You're not going to say the other thing. I jump when I hear somebody say that. Okay, so it's Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha v'chasidecha yevarachucha, and the meteg, that straight line, tells you where to put the accent. Okay, so we're just about through half of it, and I promise you we'll finish it. And then next week I'm gonna go over that reading rule with you, the one with Ach, Yeshabeach, I can't think of the Hanukkah song. How to go? Ma da 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 na 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 na. I can't think of it now. I'm out of gas. Okay, but anyway, we'll finish this baby, and I'll take something very small to do as a little accompanying piece. I'll pick something small and easy. I want to ask you something. For Friday night blessings, there's some very short ones. Do you know, I don't know what they taught in your beginning class. Did they teach you how to do the blessing for the children and how to do the blessing on bread, candles, and hand washing?
Yeah.
Al
Yeah.
Natilat Yadayim and Yivarech Adonai, it should be like Sarah and Leah and they should be like Ephraim and Menashe. They taught you that?
No, not the children blessing.
Oh, that's a beautiful one. I love that. All
Right.
right. That's, I'll go over some
But
of
if
those.
everyone else has already done it last time, it's okay.
No, it takes
I
a
just-
minute. Not,
Okay.
I didn't take the first course. I just signed up for this one.
Oh, okay.
So
right, I'm gonna go over that with you. That's really nice. So what we do is, first thing I light the candles, and after I light the candles is the blessing of the children, and the customary put hand on the head. And so I'll just tell you very funny. I've told this, Charlene knows this. So once I was doing the blessing and none of my kids were at home, they were all different places. So I got my son was up in Rhode Island, so I go and bless Sister Aaron in Rhode Island, and my daughter was in Pennsylvania and bless her in Pennsylvania, and another one was in Queens and bless in Queens and bless in Virginia. And I had just made the sign of the cross. I'm like,
Funny.
it just occurred to me, there was north, east, west, south. I said, that's a great Jewish blessing. It was very funny, yeah. So
All right.
here's the way it goes. First, you light the candles, and if it's a special holiday, you say Shel Yom Tov, or Shel Yom HaKippurim, or whatever it is. The candles, then you bless the children. And so when they're here, I do put my hand on their heads. And then the end of the blessing, whoever's here, we put hands on everybody, make like a little circle. Doesn't matter how many people you have. Everybody loves that. So when their friends come, they get blessing, or my friend, anyone who's in the house happens to be having Friday night dinner, gets the blessing. Wish all of our friends, wish all of our friends who are ill, refuah shlema, and a blessing for the state of Israel and the United States. Okay. And then we sing Shalom Aleichem, which you're familiar with, and we sing Shalom Aleichem. Then we go and wash hands. And after you wash your hands, there's a special labor, it's called a shep. Okay, if you have a nice one, that's a hand washing thing. After you say the hand washing blessing, Al Natilat Yadayim, you're not supposed to speak. So if you're at gatherings, you talk to somebody and they don't answer you, they're not being rude. That's just a very common Jewish custom. So when we have finished saying the blessing on washing hands, we wipe our hands. We just either hum a melody like da 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 da, and then come to the table and wait until the blessing is recited on. Oh, so I missed the blessing on wine. So first it's the candles and the children, wine and Shalom Aleichem, but do the hands, come back, do the blessing on the challah. And after the blessing on the challah is recited, you can have the challah and you can speak. So if it's regular Shabbat, like tonight, and you have a regular challah, it doesn't have to be round. It's just a regular braided challah. We still have some of the raisin challah left. You put a little salt on it because they use salt for the sacrifices that they offered in the temple in temple days when we had the temple in Jerusalem. And then you can talk. It's fine. Okay, but that's the custom. Once you wash your hands, zip the lip. You can hum something, whatever you want to hum. Da 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 da. You can hum. You can, but you can't talk until the blessing is recited until Hamotzi. Does this sound familiar to anybody?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're at a big temple affair, a big thing, and the rabbi's doing that, they won't speak. Don't, if you're at a table, don't say anything to anybody. And then after they pass around the challah and the blessing is recited, then go for it. Then you're free to speak. Okay.
Okay.
We have some pretty weird traditions, don't we?
Yeah.
Friday night is a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So they had a girl from Dubai. Oh, it's 2:45. I'm so sorry. A previous student from Dubai in the Middle East came to my sukkah, which is still up on Wednesday, and I hobbled along. And she's Muslim. I made her. We explained everything that's going on, that crazy tent out there. And I made a vegetarian meal for her. We had a butternut squash and apple soup, and then I made a asparagus and scallion quiche, and we had carrot cake. Everything
Sounds
was
good.
vegetarian and fruits. So I said to her, "Would you eat my kosher chicken?" She said, "Yeah, she eats halal chicken, but kosher is like a step above." Yeah, I can't eat halal, but she can eat kosher. And on that happy note, Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend. I hope you all have.